don't think that I'm what you would call an interior designer. I think I'm what you call a picture straightener. That I walk into a room and it's very difficult sometimes. I go around creating the right lines. So I have to go around and straighten the pictures, move the furniture. I'm a very difficult dinner guest, you might say. But it's come with experience. I like to use colour, materials. I like to build. I like to create. Interior design is overused now anyway. People put paint on walls and put furniture in a house. Can be termed as an interior designer, but I think it goes way beyond. But it's about creating an overall design that flows through a property. This is probably one of the largest developments we've taken on because it was inherent from a building that we bought a long time ago, and it was in what's termed as position. A fantastic position overlooking the Bay of Praia in Portugal. It's in 3 controlled zones in Portugal. So it's in the area of cliff development, it's in the national park, and it's also in an area of national scientific interest. It was one of those projects that you instantly knew what you were going to do as soon as you walked on the land. So very few of these places exist anymore because they've all been purchased. Many people use the term Bauhaus for the project. Although it follows the Bauhaus principle, it's got quite a few other influences within it, because one of the main complexities of the house is its use of winter and summer. It was necessary to use the house in its winter state, but to actually allow the house to double in size in its summer state, because most of the time you live outside in the summer. So it's a very complex build, but very simple in feel. The house is pure white. So there are very few products that will work well with a white house without automatically changing the feel of what we're trying to create. So your fireplace is ideal because stainless steel is one of the items that are used quite extensively that don't change the soul of the house. They add to, not take it away or change it. We've used certain types of wood within the house, but to use too much wood will change the feel of the design. I wanted to use a biofuel fire because the house has an eco feel about it. One of the parameters of creating this type of house was to follow some of the eco guidelines. So the fuel that we were always going to use would be a biofuel, simply because it doesn't give any carbon monoxide, it's simple, it doesn't necessarily need chimneys, but it can act as a central feature. But your particular type of fire, obviously, it has simple lines, it has a quality feel, but it ultimately is controllable. You have a very thin line of flame, but it's absolutely high-grade stainless steel and absolutely fits perfectly to link the dining room in our house between the lounge and the dining room and creates this look-through feel. The flame, which is controllable but it looks real, is absolutely non-artificial because the gas fires tend to light with a blue-type flame, whereas this is pure yellow and gives the feel, it gives warmth, but it gives that pure feel of a real fire. The fire in a house is always the central feature. It is the most important thing that people sit in front of, that people look at. And so I've used many fire types in most of the designs. Obviously, to me, the real fire is the ultimate. But in a project where you have very clean lines, you want to use the use of light more than the use of heat. Then you look towards using other fuel types. I've used propane, natural gas fires in the past, but they never lose this feeling of artificial. They always look as though it never quite reaches the design that you're trying to achieve. This time, obviously, your fireplace was always there. I'd seen it in many hotel foyers. I'd seen it in a lot of press. So it was always the ultimate, but it was always at the back because your type of fire, it's absolutely beautiful. It's exactly right. It is our ultimate fireplace. Everybody comments on it. Everybody wants to see it later, even in the middle of summer. But we obviously save it for the winter dinner parties. We must be one of the most photographed houses in the Algarve.